What's up, everybody? Thank you for checking in today. Bitcoin has just gone from about 20,000 all the way down to 10,000. So I just want to review the current price action and what is going on. We just went within a few days from about 20,000 all the way down to 10,000 earlier this morning, and we have come back up to almost 14,000 as I record this. It is Friday before Christmas. Weren't we all hoping for a nice Christmas present? Well, it looks like maybe not so much. As we can see, this price action was pretty extensive. On the other hand, I'm not very worried for these corrections that are 50% or less. That is just something that happens very frequently in Bitcoin and generally is a healthy thing. And in the last couple of weeks, I have actually had expected these corrections much earlier. For instance, here I was expecting a correction around 10,000, and we can see some really wild candles that have happened. And also, I had expected a correction here around the 15,000, and it just didn't want to correct. And then it shot up to about 20,000. Now the 20,000 is something that it didn't want to go through, and now it is correcting. So this looks pretty bad. I think in the last couple of weeks, a lot of new players have entered the market. I've never had this many people ask me about Bitcoin or talk about Bitcoin. We've never seen this much media hype. So I think there's probably a lot of new players in this market that are getting a little bit wrecked. But overall, it's important to just stay cool. Now, I want to talk to you about what I think is going on, why I'm actually pretty happy about this little correction. And in order to do that, I want to take a look at a more longer-term view of this price action. And I want to start when this bull run started. This bull run started in 2015. We are coming from about a $200 price, and we've gone up to 20,000. So that's quite ridiculous. That's 100x how the price has moved, in the last kind of 2 years. If you looked at my video before, we had a bubble in 2013. And so what I always think the bubbles are doing is they're correcting, consolidating, and then slowly recovering to about the previous bubble height. And now, since this has happened early this year, we've broken out of kind of this uptrend channel, built a new uptrend channel that went a lot faster than before. And what has actually happened here, about a month ago, is that we broke out of that channel again. And so now what I really think is going on, that Bitcoin is going into kind of the later stage of this bubble and going into parabolic territory. But what we actually need to do is we need to kind of build another channel. And notice this is something that happened in after the last breakout as well. So we broke out of this channel, moved up, and then we had a very hefty correction. Also look at here, we went from about 3,000 all the way down to 1,800. So this is also almost about a 50% correction, very similar to how we just went from 20,000 to about 11. Very similar in that regard. I'm not sure if this correction is over yet. I think it may not, it may go on a couple more days. What I'm really hoping is that we find a bottom here, and that we can then create a new channel in which Bitcoin will go into its last phase of this bubble, where it's basically kind of exploding upward. What is going to happen after that is a topic for a different video. I'm also a little bit sick today, and I really kind of want to focus on the short term. What I'm trying to say is that right now, in my opinion, Bitcoin is building basically a new channel and creating kind of the upper and the lower bound, similar to what we did in previous channels. And so right now here, we need to find now a bottom so that we can then rally up in a new channel. So this is kind of what I'm seeing. So I think this is actually fairly positive. Now, we will learn that this may not be the case. What also could happen is that it's just over now, right? Like maybe this is enough, 100x. Maybe it's now time to really crash and go down towards, 2000 or something like that. Now we would know that kind of this run is over if we don't really come back up from here. So, and notice the last time we went all the way down to kind of where we broke out of this channel. So here, this was at around 1800, 2000, and then here we came down to that level again. So here we broke out of this channel at about 8,500, 8,000. So as long as we kind of stay above this area here, I think we are okay. So we want to stay above 8,000, I think. And as long as we're staying above 8,000, we are still, I think, in a healthy uptrend and bull run. If we go below that, then I think we have to look at a whole different scenario. The other thing we also can see is you see here the Maya multiple. The Maya multiple is the multiplication from the price relative to the 200 moving average. That is this blue line here. So right now we're just above 2. This is not a very, very crazy number. This is a relatively high number. And again, we are kind of in this parabolic phase of the bubble, I think, is what we just entered. But we are very far away from its peak, in my opinion, because look at the previous bubbles here and here. We had Maya multiples of 6 and 8. So I think really what is going on, this is a correction that was really needed. We are coming here from 3,000 or maybe you could say from 5,000 and went up 3x basically. So 150%. It's just time for a good correction and a healthy correction. And so here we're now hopefully going to find a bottom and then rallying up in the beginning of next year. And then we have to take a look at what is going on right there. So this is what I think the market is going to do. Before I let you go, I would like to ask you to join us all on Steem. A lot of people have been interacting with me on YouTube, but I would really encourage you to come and sign up at Steemit. It's a lot more fun if you interact there. For once, I will always post an article with my YouTube video on Steem. You can see here my latest YouTube video that I posted about a week ago. And I also earned $66 here. So this is very appreciated. If you come there and you upvote for me, I actually make some real money off of this. It is always more fun to interact on Steemit because I can upvote your comments as well, and then you make money. And so here, for instance, Viola has responded to me 4 days ago. And so I'm going to just demonstrate to you how much more fun it is if you get an upvote from me here, because if I upvote you with my full power, you make about $12 at this point in time. So yeah, come over to Steem, join us there. It's a lot more fun to interact because it is a social media platform that is based on a blockchain and actually pays users for interacting and for doing social media. If you do not have an account, I'd be happy to help you to set up. Contact me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, and just write me a message that you want to have a Steemit account. I can create an account for you. If you sign up, you can also sign up at Steemit, but they do some verification that usually takes a couple of days. So if you want me to create an account for you, I have to give you a little bit of money to do that. I would also be happy to do that. So come on over to Steem and yeah, interact with me there. That way I can also upvote you and give you some money, for your attention basically. So thanks a lot, and I hope I will see you there soon.